Namaste. Welcome. How's everyone feeling today? More importantly, how are you breathing? Yeah, your breath. We're going to get started today in our practice, just focusing in on the breath. First of all, my name is Will. Welcome to Free Will Yoga. And this is my home studio. Keeping it real, today is Friday, March 22nd, 1st. One of those days. Check the description there. And before we begin our yoga practice, first I want to say that the aim of this practice, the aim for yoga, is to simply end all suffering. And so we know that there's a lot of suffering and pain on the outside world, but yoga really focuses on the healing of ourselves from the inside out and building let's say, a new relationship with ourselves, maybe a different perspective of ourselves. So, with that being said, first we'll start with the mind and connect the breath, and then we'll get into our physical body. At any time in the physical asana practice, you feel some pain, if you have a pre-existing injury or rehabbing from a surgery, please consult your physician, your doctor. Please listen to your body. That's what this is all about, is again finding a relationship with your body that's compassionate, patient, and understanding. So a different outlook. We don't have to push ourselves to a limit to where we injure ourselves. This is a practice that you practice for a lifetime. You don't have to be in your 20s or 30s. You can be 117 years old and still be practicing yoga as long as you're breathing. So, with that being said, let's tap in. So find yourself a nice comfortable seat. You can cross at the legs, so Sukhasana, an easy seat. You can extend the legs out if that's a little bit much. I'm sitting on blocks. It always elevates my hips. If you see my other videos, you know I do that a lot. I do this for meditation and breath work when I'm obviously sitting upright. So find a nice comfortable position. Notice your your posture here. And if you're rounded through the back like so, see if you can lift up and expand through the chest. Maybe a soft gaze or a soft tightening of the core here as we just lengthen through the spine and the hips. Maybe shrug the shoulders to the ears and let them fall down and back. Now, allow yourself to be wiggly at first if you need to move the body, and then settle in. Find a place where you can be still. And then maybe close off the eyes or soften your gaze into something where maybe in front of you that you can just stare right through. And now, let's find our breath. So the connection of our focus, our mind, to whatever particular thing in our lives, and we know that there's so much that our minds can connect to so much, hence ADD. So the key to meditation is really our control of our mind and what it focuses on. And so here in our practice today, we're going to simply bring our focus to the breath. Just doing that, you connect your conscious mind to the subconscious. A union, a connection. So bring your mind into your breath. And just simply noticing your inhale and then your exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. And without forcing your breath in or out, just allow it to happen. See, now we're working on our pranayama because we are tapping into our life force, our breath, and mentally we are able to find control of that breath. But please know that the body breathes without our mental thought as well. We know that. So let's connect. So again, fill up and expand through the rib cage and lungs. All the way up, and then exhale, release. And we're going to do this in the open mouth. Again, filling up in the mouth. And exhale. Let it all out. So our diaphragm is moving up now on our exhale. And on the inhale, it creates space to allow that oxygen to come in to nourish the body to give us our energy. And on the exhale, it relaxes. And it cleanses. Continue with your breath. Inhale and expand. And exhale. Release. Continue with this expansive breath here. Because in our normal breath, they say that we only breathe about half a liter or so. Although our lungs have a capacity of 6 to 7 liters, depending on the size of your body. We use our breath in many different ways throughout our day. Whether we're excited or upset, we need some calm, we need energy. We breathe differently. So here is a time to allow the body to really expand and take in all that nutrient. And relax the core muscles again. Breathing in, allowing the diaphragm to be free and open. And exhale, we contract and allow the air to empty out. We change the air pressure. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to start our asana practice and continue with your inhale and your exhale. Allow that to be where it is. Allow your mind to be connected to it and just notice the differences as we go through our short practice here. So come back to your breath. And on the next inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Reach the fingertips up. And on the exhale, palms forward and open up through the heart space. Maybe the gaze goes up to open up through the heart and the throat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, drop the right hand down to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Really reach through the rib cage and then find the side bend here. Maybe your gaze goes up and that spirals the rib cage to really expand and stretch the intercostal muscles, helping with our breath. If this is tough on the neck, the gaze can go down. Let's gently come back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, drop your left hand down. Open up, spiral. Really stretch here through the whole side body. See if you can allow the breath to be calm and easy. Inhale, back to center. On the exhale, cactus the elbows, open up. Inhale to reach up. On the exhale, we're going to find a twist to your right. So sit up nice and tall. So I'm lifting up through the chest, and I'm taking my left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the small of the back. Gentle breath here. Maybe you gaze over that right shoulder. With a gentle breath, come back to center, reach up. And exhale, we'll go to the opposite side. Soften in the core here as you lift up through the chest. Notice where the breath is going. Gently come back to center, reach the arms up overhead. Cactus and open. Allow the hands to come behind you, and then interlace the fingers, press the palms together, and then reach the arms. So open up through the clavicle and the heart space, the chest, even the throat here. So our lungs really expand all the way up to the clavicle here. So really stretching those muscles, because these muscles also affect our breathing. Gently release. Reach the arms up. And then on the exhale, reach the fingertips and arms in front of you. Come into a little fold here over the legs. If your legs are extended out in front of you, you can slightly bend at the knees. And just go to a soft edge here. You don't have to really stretch too far. Be gentle. Take your time. Keep the breath nice and calm. On the inhale, we'll come up. Bring prayer palms to heart center. Find your breath. Relax the hands down to the sides. Because this is going to be more of a shorter practice, we're going to move to standing. So make your way to standing at the top of your mat. I will be facing you. And once there, find some wiggles, some rotations. And then bring the feet up underneath you. They can come to touch or hip width. And then relax the hands down to the side for mountain pose, Tadasana. So squeeze the glutes here. Be active in the legs, maybe wiggle the toes. And lift up through the chest. And then soften the shoulders away from the ears. And find a nice, normal inhale and exhale. So just keeping the mind focused on the breath. Circle the arms up overhead. Inhale to reach. This is Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana. Our full body extension, saluting the sun. So soften the shoulders away from the ear and really expand through the ribs here. If the shoulders are tight, if they're tight, you can have them come to wide, like so. If you want to bring the palms to touch here, you can. Take one more inhale. And then we're going to find a back bend. So lifting up through the chest here. Pressing the hips forward. You can bring the hands to the small of the back to open up. And then stand up tall. Reach the arms up overhead. And the exhale, cactus the elbows, open up. On the inhale, reach tall. On the exhale, we're going to find a forward fold. So hinging at the waist. You can bring the palms to heart center or to the hips. You can bend the knees if the back is a little tight. And we'll gently release head, neck, and shoulders. Here you can use your blocks. Tuck the chin. We want to try to keep the hips stacked. All the joints here. So if this is really much on the back here, you can find a little round or maybe bend at the knees. Use the blocks for support. Notice your breath. Keep the breath nice and smooth in the transitions. On our next inhale, we're going to find a halfway lift. So you can maybe bend at the knees here. We talk about flat back, and all I'm doing is just trying to press the hips back a little bit to use the glutes here. Shining the heart space, squeezing the shoulder blades slightly. Slight tuck in the chin. That keeps the neck nice and long and even. You can be here, you can come to halfway lift or pull the fingertips on the shins. Exhale, release, let it go. We're going to do some breath to movement. So inhale to rise, Urdhva Hastasana, reach the arms up. Exhale, open up, find a slight back bend. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale, lower down, forward fold. Now find your halfway lift on the inhale. And on your exhale, release. Let's do that again. Inhale to rise, send the energy up. Nice and easy. Exhale. If you start to get lightheaded, take your time on your breath. We're moving energy up and down. Inhale. And then gently exhale. Staying focused on the mind and the body and the movement. Halfway lift on the inhale. On the exhale, we're going to plant the palms and step the right foot back into a low lunge. So this is our low lunge here, stacking the knee over the ankle. I'm going to drop the back knee for support. Untuck the toe. Lift up through the chest and then press the hips towards the mat. Or the mat. So keeping the hips square, lifting up. And now we're going to straighten that leg, the left leg, and find a half split here. Nice and gentle. Okay, so if you're really tight and this is a new stretch for you, this is where blocks will help you from not injuring yourself. Take your time. That's the part of this. Big part. Walk the hands out to the outside of the leg. Easy breath. We'll come back to center. Knee over ankle. Tuck the toe, lift the back knee, low lunge now. Now we're going to find a high crescent. So inhale to rise. Using these glutes here, squeezing the glutes. Shoulders stacked over hips. The hips are square. If you need to widen your tracks a little bit to find your balance, just try to keep the hips facing forward. Reach the arms up, inhale. This is our high crescent. On the exhale, cactus and open up through the heart. Inhale to reach up. Let's do that again. Exhale, open up. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Frame that left foot. Now plant your palms. And today we're going to step up into a forward fold. Find a halfway lift. On your exhale, release, plant the palms, step the left foot back this time. Right leg forward. Knee over ankle, drop the knee, untuck the toe. Find your lunges. Lift up through the chest, pressing the hip flexor, opening up through the psoas as we open up through the chest. Check in with your breath here. Just notice the rhythm and the pace. It's your breath, your connection. Gently come back, straighten that right leg, find that half split. Really breathing into the hamstrings. When I say breathing, we're allowing our mind's focus to go into what we're stretching and working on. Being aware of every little sensation. Crawl the hands to the outside of the leg here, working on the IT band, even the piriformis muscles in those hips. We're practicing for longevity, but also at the same time practicing being present in the moment. Let's come back to center. Knee over ankle. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, low lunge. Now build a strong foundation. So I'm going to have a lot of power in my right hip. I'm going to drive through the heel, inhale to rise, come to high crescent. Again, shoulders stacked over hips. Finding that extension here. Strong, powerful legs. Starts in your mind. Open up. Spread through the heart space. Reach it up. Again, open up. This can be breath to movement. And exhale. Inhale to reach. On your exhale, lower down, frame your right foot. Step up into a forward fold. Find a halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold. We're going to find chair pose. This is Utkatasana. So I'm going to sit the hips down, bend at the knees. Ideally, I want to try to keep the knees stacked over the ankle. They're going to come forward slightly. Nice, strong, using my glutes. Inhale to rise to my chair pose. Squeeze the inner thighs together. You can take a block and squeeze. This really helps with the hips and the power. Bring the prayer palms to heart center. Engage the core. That'll tuck the tailbone slightly as you lift up through the chest. Keep the gaze, either eyes closed, or find a point of unwavering focus. We'll build into that power. Look down, make sure that you can see the feet, the toes. If your knees are too far forward like that, sit up and then sit the hips back. You don't have to go all the way down. Here's this perfect. The perfect posture is really all about your effort. So as long as you feel strong in your body, you're going to feel this burn. That's where the mind and the breath come in. You got this. One more inhale. And on your exhale, straighten the legs, release to a forward fold. Find a halfway lift on your inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to plant the palms, step the right foot back into a low lunge. We're going to prepare for our warrior two. So you'll spin the back foot down to parallel. Heel to arch alignment. Front heel aligned up with the back arch. Knee over ankle. I'm going to circle up into a warrior two. Virabhadrasana. Arms out to a T. Shoulders over hips. Extend. Find the gaze right over that middle finger. Sit the hips down. I'll switch it out so you can see. Another thing too is this knee. This knee might want to dip in. Open it up. It should go in the same direction as your toes. So sometimes I might see this. Open it up. Open up this front hip. Press down into the back. Beautiful. Stay for a breath. Notice if you're too far forward here, shoulders over hips. You can shorten your stance like so as well. Keeping the legs exactly where they are. Flip the palm, reach it up and back. The back hand can come down to the back of the leg here. Maybe the gaze goes up or it goes down. You can also wrap this hand behind you. Open up through the chest. Recommit to the front bend. Notice your breath. See if you can keep it calm and easy. We'll come back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Reach the palms up to touch. Beautiful. And exhale, tee it out. Beautiful. Bend the knee. We're going to come back into a low lunge. So we'll spin that back foot, hips are square. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, step forward to a forward fold. Find a halfway lift on your inhale. And on your exhale, plant your palms. This time the left foot goes back. We'll go to the opposite side now. So we spin the back foot to parallel. Front heel to arch alignment. Knee over ankle. Using my glutes, rise. Shoulders over hips. Opening up that front hip and knee. Extending the arms out to a T. Keep your fingers nice and active here as you bend down a little deeper. Engage and lift up through the chest. Sit down on the hips. Stay in your moment of focus here. Keeping the legs exactly where they are. We're going to reverse our warrior so the palms are up. And now we sweep it up and back. Feeling a nice stretch here in the ribs. Dropping the back hand down to the back or wrapping down the leg or around the back here. Notice if this arm is bent. See if you can extend through the elbow and really reach through here. So you may have to use your breath to deep a little deeper here. Let's come back to center, to our warrior two. Find an inhale. And an exhale. Beautiful. Straighten the front leg, palms to touch overhead. Exhale, bring it out to the side. We'll come back to our warrior two. We're going to spin back into our high crescent and then lower down, low lunge. Take a deep inhale. Reach up. Step up into a forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. We're going to do a balancing posture here. So inhale to rise to Uttanasana. Reach the arms up overhead. Open up. Inhale to reach. Bring the palms to heart center. When you do so, sit down into a chair pose. We're going to do Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose. So we're going to root down through your left leg. Inhale to rise with the right. Reaching the arms up overhead. So I come to a 90-degree angle. If this is where you are today, that's fine. If you're trying to find your balance, allow your body to find your balance. Find your balance in the mind and breath. Knee to hip height. Flex the toe. Reach the arms up overhead. Take an inhale and an exhale. We're going to cactus the elbows. Extend the left. Reach it up. Again. And up. Good work. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Halfway lift. And fold on your exhale. Okay, rise, inhale. Reach the arms up. Easy open up. Inhale. Prayer palms takes you to your chair pose. Sit the hips down. So now we do the left side. We're down through the right. Inhale to lift. Find your balance. Really pressing down in your root foot here. Engaging the core. Noticing the breath. Keeping it easy and calm. Reach the arms up overhead. Cactus and open. Extend the leg. Inhale. Let's do it one more time. And then release. Find a forward fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. And exhale. So turn to the width of the mat here. Or the length of the mat. Spread the feet wide. Bring the hands to the hips. Feet are parallel, facing forward. Now, I'm here, I can bend at the legs. I'm just trying to keep the back flat and not putting a lot of pressure here. So lifting up through the chest. And now we're just going to allow the legs, the hands to come down to the mat, maybe straightening the legs, maybe using blocks. From here, we're going to find Skandasana, which is a lunge. So here, you're going to take it to your right side. You can rotate this foot out to allow the hips to open up. You can play around with it, lunging here, noticing what's happening on this back foot. You can lift it up. You'll find a nice deeper stretch here in the inner thigh and groin. I like to use the blocks. You can reach up to open up through the heart. Notice the breath here. Maybe some deeper inhales and some deeper exhales. More mindful breath. Crawl the hands to the center. And then take it over to the opposite side. This is the best time for you to explore your body and to be in present. One of the key components to this is not having any judgment, taking away the judgment of this is good or this is bad, and just being content with the fact that we have the opportunity to live in this time and place. So just like a child, just live life with wonderment. We don't know what's coming next, as much as we try to predict it. Let's come back to center. We're going to heel toe the feet in, heels in, toes out. Find a deep squat here. Maybe bring the hands to the inside of the knees and drop the shoulders. Allow the body to move with your breath here. Notice the pace of your breath. See if you can slow it down if you're like really panting and this is like, whoo, this is much. Maybe the practice is just really slowing down that breath. Okay. Really use your glutes. Heels in, toes out. We're going to inhale to rise. Bring prayer palms to heart center, our horse pose. Sit down a little deeper. Beautiful. We're going to spread our wings and heart, standing up to star pose. Really taking up space and energy. Inhale. Bring it back to heart center. Sit it down. Horse pose. Inhale. Exhale. Stand up tall. Bring the arms out to the T. Heel toe the feet closer together. Bring palms to heart center. Find your breath. Let's find our way down to seated for our cool down. So having the feet planted on your mat, take a deep inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Cactus and open on the exhale. Inhale to reach. On the exhale, you'll take this your right leg. Give yourself a hug around the shins. Maybe extend the left leg here. And then step the foot over. Sit up nice and tall. Either give yourself a hug here or take the elbow to the outside, lifting up. Taking that back hand maybe closer to the back here. Pressing the mat away. Gentle breath. Let's come back to center. Arms up. Exhale. Give yourself a hug. Extend that leg. We'll take in the other. Hug to the armpit. And then step it up. Reach it up. Find the twist. Easy, gentle breath here. Let's come back to center. Reach the arms up and exhale. We're going to find Paschimottanasana here. So extend the legs, flex the toes, sit up tall. Reach the arms up. Exhale, find a forward fold. You can bend at the knees here to reach. Tuck the chin. So you may feel like you're here. That's okay. Maybe bend the knees and then press the chest towards the knees. You'll find a little deeper stretch here. Really breathe, because our lungs really wrap around our back as well, connected to the back. So really breathe into the back space here. Stay focused, stay here, stay in your body in the moment. Keep breathing. Keep your minds focused on the inhale and simply the exhale. Slowly rise. Now we'll drop the ankles and then come into a butterfly. As you press the feet together, either grab at the toes, the ankles, sit up tall, lift through the chest, flap the wings, tuck the chin round through the back. One more time, inhale and exhale. From here, find some rotations and then reverse. You bring the knees to touch. Give yourself a hug around the shins, tuck in. And from here, we're going to roll down to the back. Maybe grab the knees or extend the hands up. And then once you're on the back, gather the left knee into the left armpit. Give yourself a hug. And we'll find a figure four. So we're going to take that ankle over the right knee. You can grab behind the thigh, pull it to you. You can press the knee away. Really opens up the hips here. If you're here, see if you can play around with what happens with keeping the shin parallel as opposed to dropping it. And then come back. Extend that leg and then we'll switch it up. Right leg up. Give you a hug around the shin, around the shin to the armpit first. Extend that leg up and then find your figure four. Check in with your breath. Keep it focused. You're still in yoga, meaning finding that connection and staying focused on the breath, feeling into the body. Your body. Sometimes some sides need a little more loving and patience than the other. So honor that. Relax. Bring both feet onto the mat. Extend the fingers towards the heels, preparing for a bridge pose. So shimmy the shoulder blades underneath you. Inhale as you press the hips up. I like to use the hands to really give myself some elevation, to really open up through the front body. The chin is still up and then the chest is coming to the chin. You can interlace the fingers and press those towards the feet. Come up onto the toes. One more inhale. Keep pressing. No holding of the breath. Soften the heart as you slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time, hips to the mat. Bring the knees to touch and the feet to the outer edges of your mat. So they'll come like this. And then let them fall from one side to the other. Come back to center. Give yourself a hug around the shins, forehead to knees. Take a really good full inhale. Go all the way up, expand, hold it. And then exhale into a short savasana. So we'll extend the legs long. Allow them to relax onto your mat, the floor. Allow the shoulders to relax, palms up. Take a deep breath and an easy exhale, maybe a sigh. Just take a moment here to just allow the body to be at ease and still. Even if the mind is racing, trying to get to the next thing, just know that you're the one that's listening, so you have control. Let the breath be easy, natural. If there are sounds happening around you, just let them be. Be the witness. Bring the mind's focus back into the energy of your breath, the pace of your breath. Fill up the core with a deep inhale and expand through the rib cage and chest, and then the exhale to release and let it go. Begin to invite some movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers, bringing the thumbs to each finger, the toes. Maybe the soles of the feet come onto the mat. Maybe a wiggle in the head, opening and close of the jaw, or a hug around the shins. And then roll over to a side in a fetal position. Take a moment here. Place the top hand onto the ground, the mat, the floor. In this fetal position, we're always reborn. With every inhale and every exhale, our bodies are always changing. And so is our mind. But we're always connected to this earth and to this universe. So this is where we take this moment to give love and gratitude to home. And when you're ready, let's press up into a seated position. We'll close out today's practice. We're going to do a round of pranayama technique. Today's practice is going to be Brahmari, or humming breath. And if you've been with me before, it's simply creating a vibration, calming the nervous system, and reconnecting the energies to balance us out. So how this is performed, you'll take your peace fingers, cover the eyes, the thumbs will cover the ears. You'll take a complete inhale to expand, and on your exhale, you'll hum all of the air out. We're going to do 2 rounds, and at the end of that second round, you'll relax the hands down into the laps or onto the knees, palms up, palms down. And we'll sit in silence for about a minute and close out the practice. So find your comfortable seat. Let's take a collective breath together. Inhale. And find your exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And an exhale. Preparing for round 1 of 2 for Brahmari, peace fingers. Inhale and begin. Allow the breath to be gentle and easy. Allow the mind to find its center and its peace, connecting to the breath and all that is. Know that you can find your peace and your calm within. For yoga, your union and your connection all happens inside of you. With each inhale and every exhale, and the spaces in between. The eyes are closed. You can softly open the eyes, or you can keep them closed. And I make my hand mudra at the heart space, Anjali Mudra. I honor you and I thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing your time and your breath. Thank you for choosing to watch me and share your practice with you. I am here every day with these live streams and sharing the breath and sharing yoga. You can follow me at freewillyoga.org to sign up for my live streams, or just to tap in and learn more about me and my journey in yoga. I honor you and I thank you, friends, family, and I bow to you. May you always be at peace. May you always be protected. And may unconditional love be in your heart always. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.